So, you're building a career in chemistry. You probably feel it already. The ground is shifting. And technology, especially AI, isn't just some buzzword anymore, right? It's actively reshaping the entire industry. In this explainer, we're going to give you the roadmap you need to not just survive, but absolutely thrive in the chemical industry of 2026. Let's jump in. Okay, let's start with the big question, the one that might be keeping you up at night. You've put in all the hard work, you've mastered the complex theories, but is that chemistry degree you earned going to be enough for the jobs of tomorrow? Because the world of pharma, biotech, and chemical manufacturing is changing at a wild pace. And when I say fast, I mean really fast. We're in the middle of a full-on digital revolution. The skills that got you a job 5 years ago are quickly becoming just the baseline. Today, the demand for brand new, very specific skill sets is just exploding. Getting ahead of this curve, it's not optional anymore. It's essential. So, here's our game plan. First, we'll dive into what we're calling the chemical revolution. Then we'll get practical and build your 2026 toolkit, the must-have skills. After that, we'll tackle a huge career decision. Should you go with a giant multinational or a nimble startup? And finally, we'll put it all together to paint a picture of the future-proof chemist. All right, first up, the chemical revolution. And no, this isn't some far-off sci-fi concept. This is chemical industry 4.0, and it is happening right now. It's a total paradigm shift in how we do chemistry, from the earliest discovery right through to final production. And that shift is creating amazing new roles for people who are ready for it. So what in the world is Chemical Industry 4.0? Honestly, the best way to think about it is as the new brain of the chemical world. It's this incredible fusion of old-school chemistry with brand new digital tools. We're talking about automation, artificial intelligence, and big data all working together to make everything smarter, faster, and way more efficient. And this is where it gets really cool. These changes are super tangible. You've got researchers using what they call digital twins, perfect virtual copies of their labs, to run thousands of simulations in a single day. That's work that would have taken years to do by hand. At the same time, machine learning is designing totally new molecules in virtual labs. And on a massive scale, AI is predicting pipeline leaks before they even happen. It's a game changer. Okay, so that's the revolution. But how do you actually become a part of it? That's what this next section is all about. Building your 2026 toolkit. We're going to focus on the practical, high-demand skills you absolutely need to land those high-growth roles. Now, with all this talk about AI and data, you're probably thinking the #1 skill has to be coding, right? And look, that's definitely valuable. But the most critical, in-demand skill for a chemist today might actually surprise you. It's a bit more hands-on, something that bridges that gap between the physical lab and the digital world. And there it is. The absolute non-negotiable skill for 2026 is mastering these sophisticated instruments. I'm talking about HPLC, gas chromatography, mass spec, and NMR. These machines are the workhorses of any modern lab. They're what you use to separate, identify, and quantify everything. They are fundamental. This quote just nails it. This isn't just an opinion. It's the reality of the job market. You know why? Because all that fancy AI we talked about, it's hungry. It needs mountains of high-quality, real-world data to learn from. And the person who can operate these machines to generate that clean, reliable data, that person is absolutely indispensable. So, mastering the instruments is step 1. But if you really want to command a premium salary, you have to build on that foundation. You need to understand the complex world of regulatory guidelines from bodies like the FDA, and you have to know your industry standards, GMP, ISO, and especially ICHQ-2. When you combine those 3 things, you become a triple threat. Okay, so you've got the skills. Now you face a huge decision. Where do you apply them? This brings us to the career crossroads. Do you go for a massive multinational corporation, or do you join a fast and furious startup? The right answer really depends on what you want out of your career. First up, you've got the stability giants. These are the household names, the massive multinational corporations. Think structured career paths, global reach, and rock-solid established procedures. And on the other side of the coin, you have the innovation hubs. This is the world of nimble startups and specialized contract research organizations, or CROs. This is where things move at lightning speed, and where R&D is often at its most dynamic. So let's put them side by side. At a big MNC, you get a clear, structured career ladder. You'll likely specialize deeply in something like manufacturing or quality assurance. It's an amazing path if you want stability and expertise in a large-scale system. Now, at a startup or a CRO, you trade that structure for speed. You'll probably wear a lot of different hats, get incredible hands-on experience, and learn fast. This is the path for you if you want to be in the thick of R&D and see your impact directly. It's deep expertise versus broad, rapid learning. Neither is better, but one is probably better for you. All right, let's pull all of this together in our final section. We've looked at the industry revolution, the key skills, and the career paths. So what does the future-proof chemist actually look like? The one who will be thriving well into the 2030s. This right here, this is the single most important takeaway. The most successful, most sought-after professionals of the next decade will be bilingual. But I don't mean English and Spanish. I mean they will speak fluent chemistry and fluent data. The ability to bridge that gap between deep molecular knowledge and powerful data analysis, that's the future. So what does this chemist of the future do? They're an integrator, a bridge. They don't just understand a chemical reaction, they understand the terabytes of data that describe it. They don't just use AI, they leverage it to make discoveries faster than ever before. They are the problem solvers living at that exciting intersection where science meets technology. And that's the question I want to leave you with. Think about your own career. You've spent years mastering the molecule, and that will always, always be your foundation. But the real growth, the biggest impact, the most exciting opportunities, they're going to come when you're ready to master the data too. Thanks for joining us.